Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again. We're going to do our best to proceed with what we've got, and we'll see how we get on. Now today, is everybody muted, by the way, Rachel?
Yes.
All right. All right. Everybody muted?
Yes,
right.
All is well.
Right. I'm going to concentrate on this puffball thing here because you've seen me do the rest, and it really is just more of the same. This requires a bit of thought and action. Now, if you examine your picture carefully, your immediate impression is that it's a lot of little sticks sticking out all over, which is fine for the edge. But if you look at the central area, you're going to have trouble if you try to put sticks coming straight out, because they're a bit like Kitchener's poster, you know, your country needs you. Well, these are sticking out towards you, and therefore they are more of a point or a little mark. Also, as you get deeply into the picture, you'll notice that it's quite a deep sort of green. The other thing I need to do before I actually start on that is to pull the dark further into the edge, because this space that I've left is more or less the size of the spikes sticking out and not the actual puffball itself. So I'm going to use some of the darker colors and pull the edge in a bit so that it's got something to bite into. That one, I think, like that. That's a better color, actually. I'll pull that one in there. It doesn't matter if it doesn't actually match what is there. Pull this in a bit. And I made it fairly thick around there because I don't want to be going back into that if I can avoid it. This bit I've left out is this light leaf here, which is actually more of a blue. So I'm going to put some quite strong blue there. And I'll do the rest of the leaf later. Right. Now, if we look at this central ball, it is actually more this color internally, which is quite a strong color. And then we have to think about how we're going to get these spiky bits. And thing to do is to not make it boring. They are quite light in places. But there is a bit of warmth about some of them, so don't make them all the same color. And you see, I'm not putting them on carefully. If I do it carefully, it makes a very dead mark. If you do it with a gesture, what you get is something a bit more with a bit more life and vitality, a bit more like what the spikes are. And some of them are quite long. It's good fun doing this. Now you can enjoy yourself. It's a rainy day, so you know that's when you want to have a bit of fun, isn't it? See, already it's beginning to take on a bit of the life that has got. And I can see this taking pretty well all of the half hour, a lot of time. Now I've got a slightly darker color here. I'm going to go through that with this slightly darker color as well.
Head.
Sorry, pet. Well, sorry, everybody, actually. Because if you make them all the same color, it just gets boring. You don't want to do that. Now, this here, I'm just going to put a lot of crisscrossy marks on. Because the area around here is quite solid and quite light. And the crisscrossy marks, again, you have to be free with them. If you put them on carefully, in a more studied fashion, then the whole thing loses its impact. I'll take the darker color and put on some of the darker colored ones to add a bit of variety. And you have to try to find an edge the whole time to do this. If you lose your edge, it starts to make thick marks. And it picks up the color underneath and becomes altogether less charming. Some of them shoot right out, don't they? Let's exaggerate that a bit to get it I rather like that. It's funny, I thought this would take hours. I'm keep wiping my chalk, crayon, pastel, shades of Peter. My Peter. They always used to call them chalk. Pressing very hard and then making quick lifting marks. I think that's pretty damn good, actually. I'll say it myself. Clean up your chalk. Don't want to get too carried away. I think that works. I'm quite pleased with that. So I've actually got time to do a bit more on the leaves, which I didn't think I would have. So I've got to now bring the leaves up to that degree of finish. So the light is so wonderful at the moment. I'm trying to choose. I think they're all blue. All blue. What is that? It's grey. What is that? So what is this? No, it's not that colour. Is that the colour? What's that colour there? Oh, what about this one? Oh. Oh, no, handy. Right, I found what I was looking for. Right, that is this leaf here. And this is actually just a bit darker.
Head.
Sorry, Pat. I could feel that. Right, now then, the central spine of that leaf is a little over to that side because this edge is pointing towards you a lot more than the other edge. And oh, where's my friend? And there's little marks off it where the smaller veins are coming out of the central stem. And then this edge is lost the edge, lost the point. One of the ways of getting the point back, if you do lose it, is to use sandpaper, which I didn't get out today, but there we are, you know, into each life. And this one over here is a little bit more subdued, this edge here. Still got an edge, that's not the blue, that's the one you want. It's still got an edge, but it's just not quite so strongly marked. It's just a bit more subdued than the other one. There we are. Nice. Now then. Now then, this is just a bit darker near the center here. Even on both sides a bit, it's not so much. Now, when you get down here, the spiky edge should, if you get it right, start to push that grey leaf back. I was going to take it out because it wasn't showing. But I think I'll leave it in because that edge does in fact help to show it up. Tell you what, I have more faith in yourself. I'm almost telling everybody else that. But, position, here myself. And just there. Just a little bit more. Can't actually see the bottom of this because I cut it off when I was doing the photograph. I suppose the other one I ought to attend to is the lighter one, the bluey one. Let's see what I can do with that. Well, I see it as a blue. I don't know what other people see it as. It isn't white. I think that would be too strong, too potent a look. If I put that on to this leaf, and then use a slightly darker one if I've got one, yeah, to suggest it's not dark enough. That dark enough? Right. Never have what you want. I wonder if that's any better. No, I don't think that will work either. I think it's all grey somewhere. Is it grey? That might work. Where the small veins come out here, you get a slightly darker look. And again, the center stem is misplaced, if you like, because of the way the leaf is formed. So we have coming down here, quite near the edge. And then you lose it because the leaf twists. And this part of the leaf down here is altogether different. Right. The difference between these bits that I'm doing and the leaf itself are a bit strong.
Head.
Sorry. So if I take the same pastel and go over those so that they are more nuanced. And incidentally, the pastel is picking up some of that darker color.
Head.
And spreading it around. Didn't know I was going to do this, Lee. Sorry about that. And then again, take. If you're prepared to work at it, you can get some quite subtle effects on the thing. And these shaggy edges on here
Head.
are the lighter color. In fact, I can probably get them better by going backwards into them with the dark color. Which means I have to put something on first so that I can work back into them. Right, that is a bit strong, so I'm going to take that out to some extent. Clean my pastel so that it's there, but not so strongly marked. Right, now if I take the darks, which dark is that? Not that. If I take the darks.
Head.
Sorry. Got to breathe, you know, some of the time.
Mm.
Doing these in reverse is much more difficult. And yet it's the same story. You know, if I put them in carefully, it wouldn't work very well. It's a little bit jaggy. That's quite nice. There is round about here a bit of a dark color. What's that? That's not that. The light is so queer today. Actually, picking the right color is difficult to do. But there we are. Let's darken that. That's the one.
$10.
Right. Okay. Right. Now, if I want that leaf to really show up, I've got to make these darks dark. I need to really push what's here well back. Without destroying the work that's already done. It's those little sparkles which are taking out the
Head.
should I shout toes?
Well, given how experimental the setup is.
If I take green here, really push it in.
Head.
That gives an altogether better feel. And even looks vaguely leaf-like in places. As the man said. Right. Well, as you can see, it's just more of the same, really. When you get up here, I've got another leaf there. Which is pushed back. Oh. And that sounds like the Null of Doom, Rachel.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. No, I need to think about that. This is definitely darker here. Really dark. And really dark is good for that puffball shape. Another leaf up there, actually. If I find it, I'm going to put some brown in there. If I can find it. To brown it up a bit, because it's all getting a bit blue. That's looking All right, and it's dark over here too. I need to bring this leaf in here to make this look less lopsided. There are some, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 coming out, and I'm sure that one is on a branch, which is up here somewhere, which I can't quite see. I need to sort of think about that. And then there's a stem comes off it like that, with a leaf here in the dark green, in the lighter green, actually. That's almost white, isn't it? Yeah. Over here, I'm just sort of putting the colours in now to show you what I mean. I think that will help. And these back here need to be more clearly differentiated too. But you've seen how I tackled the puffball, and it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So that's nice to know. And this leaf needs more work on it, but I've given you some idea of how to tackle that as well. So I think it's been a good lesson. And we'll meet again in February. Hopefully more people in the hall by then, but we'll have to see what the good Lord sends us before we can make any decisions about that. All right, Rachel.
Okay. I will, of course, be holding myself ready to run it again as a hybrid if that should be necessary. But in the meantime, have a good Christmas, whatever we can do, however we can do it. And we will see you in February.